Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين. صلوا النبي, guys. Didn't I just say the Prophet's name? Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Amma ba'd. Right, hadith number 10. From Nawawi's 40 hadith. Right. Hadith number 10. Yeah. Now, this hadith is a bit long. And it's, what does it say at the top?
On the authority.
No, what does it say at the top of the board? This is the title.
Allah only accepts good.
Ah, right. So now in this hadith we're going to learn how to have your deeds accepted with Allah. Because the last thing you want to do on the Day of Judgment is come on the Day of Judgment and guess what's going to happen? You're going to be on the X side and not on the tick side. Because the Prophet ﷺ told us that there's going to be loads of people doing lots of good deeds all of their life, but you know what side they're actually on? The X side, and they'll go to the hellfire. Do you want to be like that? Allah protect us. So what we need to learn is Allah only accepts good. How do we know Allah accepts good? And how do we know what that good is? And so that Allah will accept it from us as well. The 10th hadith on the authority of Abu Hurairah. Oh, you're reading, aren't you? Go on then. On the authority of Abu Hurairah radiyallahu an, who said, no, you keep the book there, follow it. Who said, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, indeed, can you read it? Come on.
The messenger. Indeed, actions are.
No, hadith number 10. What page are you on?
On the first.
That's the wrong hadith. Yeah, go on then. Page 24.
Indeed, Allah is pure. He does not accept anything but pure. And indeed, Allah orders the believers with what He orders the messengers. He, the Most High, said, O messengers, eat from the good and perform righteous deeds.
And He, the Most High, said,
I only do it, O you
who believe, eat from the good of what we have provided you. Okay, so far what we learn is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only accepts what is good because Allah is good. How can you get closer to Allah with bad? You can't get closer to Allah with bad. Allah is pure and He will only accept what is pure. He is good and He will only accept what is good. And He wants us to follow the Prophets because the Prophets were good. And they were very good human beings. So Allah tells us in the Quran that He said, O messengers, eat from the good and do righteous deeds. Now in this ayah you learn that when you do good, when you have good things and you do good things, Allah will help you to worship Him. But if you don't have good things and you don't eat good things, you eat haram, you lie, you snatch, you don't listen to people, you annoy other people. When you do bad things, then worshipping will become hard. But here Allah is telling us to the messengers, He said to them, be good and worship Allah. So that means if you be good, then Allah will help you worshipping Him. Allah also said, O you who believe. So that's us now. The first one was messengers. And this was exactly, eat from the good of what we have provided you. So Allah is telling us to eat the good things. Right, so now Allah is good and He only accepts good. Can you give me an example of something which is good and He only accepts good? So when you open your mouth,
Say salam.
Allah loves that we spread goodness and not that we say bad things.
Yeah,
And if a person is swearing and shouting and getting on people's nerves with his mouth, that's supposed to be a speech bubble, then Allah's not going to accept that. What's that? That looks like that looks like a tomato, but that looks like his bigger brother. But that's got a thumb and that doesn't have a thumb. So I'm guessing that you drew a person waving and being nice, but this person being horrible and mean and hitting. Exactly. Allah will not accept that. Allah likes happy, nice faces, and He doesn't like angry, shouty faces, frowning at people. Look, okay, so this is the side that Allah loves. And this is the side that Allah does not love. Which side is going to worship Allah better? Obviously the good side, isn't it? So that's what Allah is telling us in the Quran here. And this is what the Prophet ﷺ told us, that Allah is tayyib. Allah is good. And we've done the word tayyib before, the name tayyib. And He only accepts what is tayyib. And if you are tayyib yourself, if you're nice and kind and good yourself, then Allah will help you to become good and worship Him. And then you can go to Jannah. And that's how Allah accepts. But if you're not a nice person, then Allah will not help you to worship Him. And Allah will not accept good things from you. Even if you did good things. Right. The last part of the hadith. Then the Prophet ﷺ gave us an example. Now this is important. The Prophet ﷺ is giving us an example of a man. Oh, we forgot picture number 2. Picture number 2, eat good things. What's that?
Peas.
Aubergine. Peas. What's that?
Grapes.
Orange. I've never seen rectangle grapes in my life. Never have I seen rectangle grapes in my life. What's that? Orange. Apple. Tomato. Right? So now Allah has created the dunya for us, right? And the whole dunya is a chance for us to do nice and be healthy and be strong. All right, calm down. Be strong and be clever and be intelligent and be nice and be kind and be sharing. Right? And if you do that, Allah will love you and Allah will help you. Right, now here is the example in the rest of the hadith. The Prophet ﷺ mentioned the case of a man having a long journey. I'm just going to read it because the battery is dying, okay? So now this man, he travelled a long journey and he was dishevelled and he was dusty. Dishevelled means that all of his clothes are all messed up, his hair's all messed up, he doesn't look neat, and his clothes are dusty and his body is dusty. And then, stop it, and then he puts his hands up to the sky to make dua and he says, Ya Rab, my Lord, my Lord. But his food is haram. His drink is haram. His drink is haram. His food is haram. His unlawful means haram, yeah. His clothing is haram. And he's nourished by unlawful. Meaning, what does nourish mean?
Bad.
What does nourish mean? Nourish.
Shirk.
No. Nourish is an English word. What does nourish mean?
No idea.
Nourish mean? What does it mean? Nourish.
No idea. Good.
No, nourish is look. Okay, when you eat No, just listen, right? When you eat something, when you drink something, yeah.
Haram.
When you eat something or when you drink something, your body becomes nourished. It gets energy. And it grows. So now the Prophet ﷺ is saying here, his food is haram, his drink is haram, his clothes are haram, his body is getting energy by haram, and then he puts his hands to the sky and he says, Oh Allah, oh my Lord, and this is very important because in the Quran, Ya Rab comes a lot. So now the scholars have said that when a person says Ya Rab and he puts his hands up, Allah answers your dua. Yeah, Allah answers your dua because Allah keeps telling us to say Rabb in the Quran. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So Allah loves to be called Rabb. So now this person, he does everything that's supposed to be right. He's alone in the desert. He's lost. He needs Allah's help. He puts his hands up. He says Rabb. He's being desperate to Allah, but his food is haram. His clothes are haram. His drink is haram. His body is by haram. So the Prophet ﷺ said in the last bit of the hadith, then how is it possible that he's going to get an answer from Allah, even though Allah loves to answer? And Allah answers the dua of everyone who makes dua to Him.
Really angry on the Day of Judgment.
No, but this is before the Day of Judgment, sorry. The point that we're learning here is that if you do good and you eat good and you are nice to other people, Allah will accept your du'as. Allah will accept your worship. Allah will help you to become better. But if you don't do good and you don't eat good and you are not good with other people, Allah will not accept you. And He will not accept your worship and He will not accept your du'a. Every single one of us need to make du'a, Saleh. Muhammad, every single one of us need to make du'a. When you go to school, do you feel upset sometimes?
In school, I even do du'a.
Yeah, exactly. Why do you do du'a? When do you do du'a?
Quietly, so no one can hear.
Exactly. When do you do it? Yeah, when you feel upset or when you feel like you don't understand something. Can you give me an example when you need to do du'a, Saleh?
When you're sad.
When you're sad, yeah, that's what Muhammad said. Can you give me another one? Another example.
When you're happy. When When you're happy.
Okay, yeah, when you're happy maybe.
Pray salah.
When you're happy you need to do
Salah.
dua. When you're praying salah you need to do dua. This man, how is he feeling?
Sad.
Why is he feeling sad, this man here in the desert?
Because he's all alone.
He's all alone and he's lost.
He's
and
trying to do the right thing.
and it's hot.
He's doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, but yeah, he's look, this is important. He's trying to do the right thing right now, but before he's already done the wrong thing. When he was in his own city, he already did the wrong thing. But now he's come out to the desert, he wants to do the right thing, but Allah might still not accept it from him because he's been bad. And he's eaten bad things. And he's been rude to people maybe. What are you drawing? What's that?
He's praying salah.
Okay, so that guy's not praying salah, and this guy does pray salah. Good, well done. Jazakallah khair. So salah is a very good deed. And if you don't pray salah, Allah will not accept it from you. Okay, guys, let's go back to this guy here, right? So, why is he making dua to Allah again? Why is he making dua to Allah? This is the example that the Prophet.
He's not. He knows he's trying to do the right thing, but everything he's got is haram.
Okay, so now he needs Allah's help, but he's already done so many bad things, and he's eaten lots of bad things. Is Allah going to accept his dua? The Prophet ﷺ said, how is it possible that Allah is going to accept his dua? So now, whilst you've got a chance, you need to do good, because all of us need Allah to accept us. And we all need to make dua. And we all need Allah to help us to do whatever we want to do. And you can't get to that unless if you have good. Because Allah likes good and He's on the side of good. But if you're not on the side of good, then Allah is not on your side. And Allah will not help you. Oh Allah, make us on the side of good. Say Ameen. Oh Allah, help us to do good deeds. Oh Allah, help us to eat good things and have our worship accepted. Oh Allah, be happy with us in the dunya and the akhirah. I'm not telling you to laugh, I'm saying you to say Ameen. هذا والله أعلم وصلى اللهم على نبينا محمد. Press the button then.
No, you press it.
You want me to press it?